The Propcast on the Sports Gam Podcast Network is brought to you by Kalsh. Make real money printing sports. Kalsh is available in every state, and you also get $20 for free when you sign up with the promo code SGPN. That's Kalsh, promo code SGPN. And welcome everyone to the Propcast here on the Sports Gam Podcast Network. Currently Thursday morning, February 5th, around 11 a.m. Eastern. I'm Reichel. Once again, joined by Rosenberg together and break down our favorite props for Thursday for the NBA and for the NHL. A reminder, the NHL taking a bit of a break for the Olympics, so keep that in mind. You tears, but either way, that is why we're doing this episode on Thursday. It is the final day before the Olympic break, so we have a couple of games. I know the NHL kind of stacked the schedule.
We have a solid amount. There's a solid amount.
I'm saying, yeah, there's a decent amount. There's a total.
Yesterday was bonkers.
Yesterday was crazy, but there are 7 games on the card for hockey, and they resume on the 25th. So we have about 20 days off, about 3 weeks with no NHL action. We're going to see, for the sake of this show, if we do get Olympic player props, because if we do, then we could just continue the show with hockey. But if not, we'll be an NBA show for a couple of weeks. So
let me look. I had heard a rumor that these were on FanDuel. Noted also member of SGPN, Adam Peltier, sent me a bunch of stuff saying that you could bet on Kalshi, which
speaking of which, by the way, he's going to be doing an Olympic podcast.
I know. That's what he and I were talking about it.
Yeah.
Anyway, we can look. I'm looking on the Olympics on FanDuel. It's by state is the issue.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is. Okay, Olympics. Let me just look for hockey. Women's hockey, they have Team USA, that was 0-0. I don't know what's going to happen there. Oh, you can do, you know what? We get game props. I see alt goals. I don't know who I would actually.
Okay. So we'll figure some stuff out.
Yeah. I mean, we also can do miscellaneous. Like maybe I'll pretend to know soccer.
I do a tennis show. I could throw in some tennis stuff.
Do you?
If you want that too? So
yeah, why not? We'll make it work. We'll make it work.
Point is though, hockey for the NHL purposes is taking a 3-week break. So keep that in mind. But of course, NBA is still going until the All-Star break, but either way, point is should be fun nonetheless. Anyway, before we get into the actual props that we have for the show, first of all, a reminder, if you were looking for our Super Bowl show, we did it already. So check out the episode that happened yesterday. We gave out 5 props each for the Super Bowl. So once again, our NFL content is done for the season. Anyway,
you say it like such an angry dad of like, just don't ask us for NFL. We're done.
No, because I'm saying we already did it. So if anybody's wondering where's the NFL show, we did it early. So just keep that in mind. But a reminder, speaking of actual bets for the Super Bowl, check out the Mothership Show on the Sports Camp Podcast with Sean and Kramer as they gave out 60 bets for Super Bowl 60. So once again, if you want some extra action, then they have you covered there. In addition to all of the props we gave out on the show yesterday.
A lot of overlap.
Yep. Either way, what are the odds that there's some overlap between?
I mean, when you bet 60 things, I didn't have 60 things to bet. So
no, not at all. I'm just saying. They did. But anyway, moving on to the actual props for the Thursday card. Adam, what's going to be your first prop for the show?
All right. I don't think you're on this. So I'm hoping you're not, because
I sent you my 3 plays.
I know, but I didn't read it. I was like,
yeah, it's fine. I'm assuming that.
All right. Nico Hischier.
I'm not on that.
Okay, over 2.5 shots on goal. So, the last time these teams played each other, Islanders mopped them 9-9.
Yes, they did. I was in the Borgata at the time.
Nice. Yeah, I kind of expect them to come out firing. These are actually 2 equal teams, with the exception of Sorokin just loves to give up rebounds, even though he's so good. And what is Markstrom going to start? Let's see who's projected to start.
Well, last time Markstrom started, they let him stay in.
Hey, Jake Allen's starting.
There's no chance of letting Markstrom start after he gave up all 9 goals against the Islanders last time out.
But like Sorokin gives up a lot of rebounds. This Islanders team does give up a lot of shots. The last 5 games, they've been better, but Nico's just been firing constantly. He's over this in 5 of 6 games against the Islanders. In that game where they were down 9-0, don't tell Nico this, because he had 6 shots in that game. obviously 0 points, 0 goals. But
Well, the Islanders got outshot heavily in that game, and they still scored 9 goals compared to 0.
well, yeah, the game script would make sense, and they just started floating.
I think the Devils had like 40 plus shots in that game.
Look, Nico's just firing, man. Minus 106 for this thing is an awesome price. He's averaging 6.8 shot attempts over his last 5, 10 attempts, 7 attempts, 9 attempts. Yeah, hammer this. This is fine.
Yeah, I mean, we ended up having Sorokin saves over in that Penguins game. He flew over that. I mean, they've been allowing some shots lately. And you mentioned the rebound control is not exactly the best by Sorokin. So there you go. Moving on to my first play, going to basketball. Give me Royce O'Neal under 8.5 rebounds and assists at minus 101. He's recorded less than 9 RA and 9 of his last 10. Historically, he's also been really bad at this against Golden State because he's had a less than 9 RA in 18 of his last 19 games against Golden State. Now, we know Curry's not playing. Booker's not playing either for Phoenix. The chance Phoenix routes him, we'll see what happens. But either way, the point is, I do think O'Neal, just for RA perspective, is not really doing it with him going under 9 of 10 and him not putting up the numbers against Golden State. A couple ways to get there. Either he struggles like normal to accumulate the rebounds and assists, or the Warriors no-show the game. Suns blow him out, and he potentially sits out some fourth quarter minutes. But either way, I like the price. Give me Royce O'Neal under 8.5 RA at minus 101. So there you go. Moving on to your second.
It's hard to bet the NBA, but you're doing it. I mean,
I'm doing my best
with all these teams. Like, well, teams are literally swap. Like, didn't the Bulls just like swap out their entire roster?
All for second round picks and for guards. They traded away DeSumo today to Minnesota.
Just building around Giddey.
I guess. I think it's mostly just to shed some salaries. I mean, they didn't want to pay Vucevic. They didn't want to pay some guys.
I liked that Boston deal. I thought that was a good deal for both sides.
Yeah, I understood it. I mean, I think Vucevic is a rental, so we'll see what happens. But
yeah, which is fine. But he's not afraid to shoot threes.
No, Boston wants the stretch 5. So
they want to stretch 5. He's a natural stretch 5, and I mean, that the Simons deal is good for everybody because you get to have a good look at him, and you can kind of.
And he's also due money, so
he's due money.
Yeah, there you go. But look, I understand what the Bulls are doing. Not going to get too sidetracked because it does involve what we're talking about. But
look at you! Suddenly you're worried about sidetrack on this show. All right,
well, because I know you're about to go back to hockey, so it doesn't really fit into anything we're talking about. But I like the move that Minnesota made for DeSumo. I think that they needed a backup point guard desperately, and they finally got one. I think Dillingham stinks, so I think that counts for something. So There you go. We'll see what happens. But either way, once again, Royce O'Neal. By the way, I might have been premature yesterday when I texted you that the NBA picks that I had were not great. Aldama was not fun because he was on a minute restriction, and that kind of just killed what I liked anyway.
Okay.
The Thunder game went under, which was shocking because they had like 130 points in the first half. That game actually went under, so I'll take it. But either way. Anyway, moving on to your next play. What do you like?
So I like Carolina's going to be playing the speaking of teams that are dead. Rangers team's dead.
100%.
100%.
Speaking of which, a new LA King, Artemi Panarin.
Also, rip our Rangers to have 100 plus points.
That was fun. Well, when did that end?
Mike Sullivan, Coach of the Year. Rip,
that team is awful intentionally now, but they have
now they're intentionally awful, but they're bad. And Drury's going to lose his job, right?
He should have lost his job years ago, but Dolan's still in charge, so I don't know if I actually expect.
I mean, he loves him. That's the thing. So he loves him, so he might keep him around.
That's what I'm saying. Drew, I don't think any Rangers fans actually like Drury, and they think he's been terrible for
I didn't think he was that good
for a while.
Player, by the way.
Wait, what?
I didn't think he was amazing when he was a player.
I'll put it this way. I thought he blended in very well on those very good Sabres teams.
Yes. I'd agree with that.
Those teams were nasty.
Those were nasty Sabres teams. I agree. Yeah. I agree. Anyway. So, Carolina's playing the Rangers, and I have an interesting cap on this.
I have a play in this game coming up later.
Okay. Well, I have Andrei Svechnikov to have a goal.
That is not what I have, but I have a play in this game.
I have him at plus 195 to have a goal. For those that know how I look at goals, I mean, look, he hasn't had one since the 29th, but if you also go to his last 5 games, he has a Corsi of 4.2. Individually, he's got 8 high danger chances. That means he's just like brutally unlucky. He should have had 1.5 goals by now. So I like him a lot here. Also, I also like bonus play. Like I also like the under, and so like nobody on this Carolina team that matters is going to the Olympics, and they now get 3 weeks off and they're in New York. This team's gonna go hang out and party afterwards.
Probably. I actually wanted to ask you about the schedule for today, but I forgot to earlier when we started. Sure. Last day of the season before the break, do you pick more goals or less goals? Do teams either no-show defensively, or do you think everyone's just going through the motions?
Depends on where some teams are. Like some of these are weird. Like Vladar's on the Swedish team, and he's starting tonight.
He's catching a red eye probably after the game.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. So he'll probably play because he's not starting for the Olympics.
Yeah, Adam's mentioning in the comment section the over of Vladar saves.
No, I like that. I like that one too. He's also kind of put that team on his back, but
the point is it's a case study. There's no definitive.
No, there isn't any definitive. I like. So for example, like this Carolina team should fuck up this Rangers team, but the reality is that this Rangers team's dead, and
they stink anyway.
They think anyway, and this Carolina team now has nobody that has going to the Olympics, even though they're very good, can beat this team in their sleep, and then has 3 weeks off, and they all get to go hang out in New York.
I thought about a Hurricanes alt line for this game, but we can talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, I took the under 6.5.
That's fine. I'm not sure the Rangers scored like 1 goal in this.
You could do. Svechnikov's just super due for a goal too.
Well, he's also been really good.
Yeah, Schrader pointing out all the Olympic goals were terrible last night, so it doesn't think it matters. Like. I had a cap with him. I'm like, I like the under on this Jets game, Jets Montreal game, because I think like Helly's gonna fucking show up, and like Helly did not show up, and that game still went under, so it didn't really matter. Binnington's been so bad.
Well, he's been terrible, but if you actually watch the Blues play, they can play defense for any goalie.
I mean, they also. Did you watch that? Well,
I saw them choke the game away against Dallas last night with 20 seconds left.
Did you see them choke away the game against the Preds?
I watched it.
Oh, that was amazing.
I actually lost the bet on that game. I had the Predators to have more power play goals at plus 210. I got D-Gen with it. They were 1 for 1 on the power play.
I had the over. Didn't you have the over with me?
I had that too, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, we had the Predators last night over against Minnesota.
They're a wagon. That cashed in the first period. And Boldy had a hat trick in the first period.
Boldy had a hat trick in like 13 minutes. But
yeah, well, so like Binnington stinks.
But I've been following the Blues though. They actually cannot play defense for.
They can't play hockey.
Either.
They're terrible. Really, they can't. This is not a good. Well, none of them want to play the Monty style at all.
Yeah.
And like they got to pick. They got to decide like because this team is like Neighbors is like the only one who's probably could play this style, and like. They're probably going to ship him.
I still like Kyrou, but I don't know if he fits on this team.
I don't think he fits on the team.
I still like Kyrou as a player.
And it's a waste of talent for Snugs, too.
And Thomas is injured, and I don't mind him in general, but he's injured.
He's all right.
Whatever.
I think he's a little overrated. Anyway,
that's fine.
Svechnikov, anytime goal, plus 1.
He's been great on the power play, so I think that's also a good recipe there, too. Anyway, before we get into the other props that we have for the show, a reminder that we are brought to you by our sponsor, Avo. So make more money betting on sports with Avo. Avo's best sports betting tool, helps you find arbitrage and plus TV opportunities to help you make some money. If you don't know what that means, that's fine. Check out the video step-by-step guides they have to teach you how to take advantage of those betting techniques. And a reminder, if you want to check out Avo, go to avo.bet. Use code SGPN for $18 off your purchase. That's avo.bet. Code SGPN for $18 off your purchase. We're also brought to you by Kalshi, real money prediction market available in every single state. Tons of trading options for the big game. Sides, totals, props, national anthem, halftime performance, coin toss, a lot of fun stuff there. Besides sports, they also have an option for politics, entertainment, and even the weather. And if you are new to Kalshi, great sign-up deal courtesy of us. Get $20 for free when you sign up with the code SGPN. That's Kalshi, Kalshi, code SGPN for a free $20 at sign-up at Kalshi. Welcome back, everyone, to the Propcast. Finished going through the first couple props that we had for Thursday. Time to move on into my second play for the show. Going to basketball, I'm going to go with CJ McCollum. I'm going to take his over 16.5 points at minus 130. If you can only get 17.5, that's fine. I think I'll have a decent game tonight. We know Utah is one of the worst defensive teams in the entire league. The total's 240. I see a bunch of points in that game either way. But McCollum has scored at least 18 points in 5 of his last 6. And against Utah, he's been great. He has scored at least 19 points in 13 of his last 14 games against Utah. So I think that this number is pretty low. McCollum comes off the bench, and he just jacks up shots, for better or worse. He will take 15 shots off the bench in almost every game. Point total, though, has been good for him recently. 16.5 feels pretty low when he has gone over this against Utah in 13 of his last 14 games against them. And the Jazz, once again, are an abysmal defensive team, especially on the road. Give me CJ McCollum over 16.5 points, minus 130.
What are the Jazz doing?
They traded for Jaren Jackson Jr., who's not playing today. So there you go.
I love that John Morant was like, don't send me to the Kings.
Yeah. Like, please don't. I'm like, you have no ability to complain when you barely play games.
I think that reminds me, I have a bet with Noops that is probably dead. Oh, no. Yeah, it is. It was like the Grizz to win the division.
Oh, that's
I think that one's dead.
I don't think that has a chance.
What a fall for that team.
When you think about the rise, though, it was what, 1 year?
Yeah, but like you and I would talk about it all the time that team had so much. We liked them because they had like
2 years actually, because they
had
lost
so much depth
in round one. They were the 2 seed that year, and then they beat Minnesota in a series they probably should have lost, and they won, and then they immediately lost the round after to Golden State, who won the title. So that was basically it. That was the entire Grizzlies.
But like last year, at one point they were incredibly deep.
Yeah, they fell apart in the second half, and they fired their coach.
Do we even know why?
In hindsight, good for Taylor Jenkins. He got to avoid the sinking ship. He got handed a lifeboat off the Titanic.
Good for him.
Yeah, but either way, Ja, we know, barely plays games, and he is saying, please don't send me to Sacramento. You're lucky anybody wants to pay your salary at this point. So either way, we'll see what happens. I expect the Grizzlies to trade him by the end of the day. Trade deadline, by the way, is today. But good for Memphis, though. They got 7 first-round picks for Bane and Jaren Jackson Jr. So that's very, very solid. There you go.
That's good for them.
On a separate note, I love Ty Jerome. Anyway, moving on.
You do like Ty Jerome. He's your boy.
He had 27 points last night or whatever. He was
great.
Guy's just a good player. Anyway, moving on to your last prop. What do you like?
This Caps game. This is another one. So we were just talking about Binnington, and Binnington is scheduled to start for Canada, or Logan is. I would argue that Logan Thomas has been better than him, but I'm not the coach. I don't care. That being said, this Nashville team is wagging.
Stamkos having a third wind in his career. He's been.
This is such lately. A poorly constructed. Dude, that, you know what's going to age poorly though is this Yossi contract.
I love Yossi, but that contract, they have a lot of bad contracts in that team.
You know, he has pots.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I still love him, but that's not good long term.
That's really bad it's really bad long term. He's also like 34.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I love Yossi though.
I say all this to say that I think Dylan Strome scores. So Dylan Strome, anytime goal. He's shot lately. I'm always going to love to take a guy who's going to be on the power play too. Like this Nashville team plays just chaotic across the board. The fact that they were up, the Blues were up like what 5-4-1, 4-2, and then in that game. But Dylan Strome, give me the plus 175. He's got 2 goals in the last 5 games. When I look at his individual Corsi and his high danger, he's kind of right on where I think somebody should be as they're about to score. Handigraphs, I thank you very much. Dylan Strome, who is not on any Olympic teams, I don't think. Yeah, Tom. Yeah, no. Well, it's Logan and Tom Wilson.
Okay.
are on Canada.
There you go.
I don't know this. Whatever. Like everybody on Vegas and everybody on Dallas and everybody on Colorado is on an Olympic team.
Yeah, that checks out. That sounds about right.
Go figure.
I also like how Nashville's played better lately, but they still can't play defense. Just all their games have just had like 8.
I might contrarian under on them tonight. I don't know. Maybe I like them tonight, but I still.
If you want to go back, if they're on a back-to-back, the game against Minnesota was crazy yesterday, but still,
that was a nuts game.
And
they went to overtime.
Yeah, just noticing Nashville recently, all their games feel like there's 6 goals halfway through the second period. It just kind of feels like watching them play.
Yeah, they're just. So. I think it's third game in 4 nights for both teams too.
Yeah, so good under spot before a long break, but either way,
that's it. Well, so to that point, I don't think that the break matters, but I always do unders on like last games of road trips because like it's the get out of here kind of
Or
thing.
coasting. Yeah.
Yeah. Like nobody wants to continue, like, especially you got 3 weeks staring you in the face. But I mean, yeah. So I might contrarian under this. We'll see.
Yeah. I can get behind that. Moving on, though, to my last play. I said before I was going to go back to that Hurricanes game. Give me Logan Stankoven. Give me the over 1.5 shots at minus 122. Yeah, he's been a monster on the road so far this season. Fun fact, he's played 25 road games this year. He's had at least 2 shots on goal in 20 of them. Guy's just a monster on the road for 1.5 shots. And he's been great against the Rangers, historically speaking. He's had at least 2 shots on goal in 5 straight against the Rangers. Rangers defensively stink. Stankoven, though, 1.5 shots is nothing. And I think that he's in a good matchup here. Carolina's, the reason why they're so good under Brind'Amour is they will just pressure you and attempt 100 shots in a game. And if 40 of them go on net, they feel good about their chances. So I think Stankoven at 1.5 is a low number for a guy that's been good on the road, a guy that's been good against the Rangers, and I think he's a solid overall player. Give me Stankoven over 1.5 shots, minus 122.
Killer. I like his name, too. I've always liked Stankoven.
Yeah. He's solid. Good player. But
I agree.
There you go. Anyway, you have any miscellaneous stuff you want to
add? I'm kind of iffy on that. So I think I like that Vladar prop that we all kind of talked about a little bit.
Well, I see a couple of props that Adam mentioned in the comment section, all correlated. So he is Giroux 1 point at plus 110, which I actually looked into. I'd say that it was in the second cut tier, but it ended up not making my final cut, but I thought about it. He likes Vladar saves over 22.5, and he has a same-game parlay of Giroux point, Vladar over 22.5 saves, and the under 6.5 in the game at plus 650.
I think that's threading the needle. I do think that that's fun. I could get there, I think, on the over. The total's low, so let's assume. I mean, the problem is that he just doesn't give up a lot of rebounds. Like, he's actually like a solid goalie. I like goalies that give up more rebounds for this kind of stuff. So he's not a natural look for me for this. But if we think that Ottawa is going to have the volume, let me see. Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think so. Like, I think I'll probably get there on that one. That's pretty much it. But otherwise I'll put stuff out on babies like I usually do.
I didn't mind the Giroux play in general, plus money.
I don't mind it.
Philly's defense is kind of falling apart. Well, the whole team's falling apart. So
the whole team fell apart. I mean, that was a big win for them the other day.
It was a big win. We'll see if that carries over, but they have not been good for the last couple weeks. So we'll see what happens. But any other miscellaneous stuff you want to mention?
No, not right now. I mean, I was looking, let me look at my notes I have with Shreeds. He and I were talking about, let's see. They took Strome. I'm just trying to look because there was one more that I was we're trying to figure out what we want to do in this Buffalo game. He like really wants Jack Quinn, and I'm kind of like, it's probably going to be Tucker Tage again. So we'll figure it out. I've kind of gotten into a good system where it's almost like predicting home runs. So
okay. So once again, check the baby's account to see what he adds to the card.
The babies will tell you.
Cool. Anyway, before we get into our best bets, and of course, Underdog, reminder they're brought to you by our sponsor, Underdog Fantasy. They have you covered for the big game. Choose a player, reveal whether you've unlocked the gimme pick, followed by a boost builder tied to the big game. They're also celebrating by hooking players up with bigger boosts. Just submit a boosted entry to unlock an even bigger boost on the next one, all the way up to 60%. And a reminder, new offer for new customers, play just $5, $75 bonus funds. You sign the promo code SGPN at Underdog Fantasy. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. They've been great this NFL season, especially on props. Check them out for the big game, for the side, total, props, all that fun stuff. Check out Rhythm. A reminder, also, you can do model building with Rhythm. So a couple ways to do it. Build your own from scratch. Use one from the leaderboard or Rhythm's house model. Give you plays directly. So once again, a couple of ways to experiment with models in sports betting. Checking out the actual Rhythm plays here for the smart signals. They are fans of the Ryan Cockbrenner over half an assist at minus 111. So there you go. 1 assist for Cockbrenner.
Can he do it? Can he do it?
we'll see what happens, but maybe we'll recycle that for underdog later.
I like the boldness in fading Isaiah Collier assists after he had 22.
Yes. Well, to be fair, he also played 48 minutes last game, so we'll see if he does that again. But yes, he had a monster game in general. We'll see what happens with him. But either way, a point is if you want to go premium with your membership, go to Rhythm, check out the app, use the code SGPN25 when you'd actually download the app and get a nice quarter off your first month. That's Rhythm, RATHMM, code SGPN25 for a quarter off your first month at Rhythm. Welcome back, everyone, to the Propcast. Finish going through our props for the show. Time to move on into the best bets. Adam, what is your favorite play from the three you gave out?
Probably Svetch to have a goal.
Okay. And what was the price on that again?
Plus 190.
Cool. I'm going to go to hockey. Give me Stankoven. Give me the over 1.5 shots on goal, minus 122. He's been a demon on the road, and he's also been good against the Rangers, and this Rangers team stinks. So give me the Stankoven solid game. 2 shots for a Carolina team that might walk into 35 shots.
Yeah, no, I get it. I agree.
I think it's just a good number. Give me that as my best
number
bet for the show. Anyway, moving on to underdog. Do you want to recycle the Cockbrenner play?
Actually, yeah. Why don't we do this? Why don't we do? I don't want to go as random as our Super Bowl one, but let's take Cockbrenner. I don't even know if he's on here.
He might not be.
I don't think he's on here.
Okay. Good talk.
But I'll do this. Let's do Vladar higher 22.5 saves.
Cool.
Let's do I
don't know what else you want to take.
Jack Quinn to have a point.
Okay, that works.
Okay. And then what do you want?
You want to do the O'Neal? The lower 8.5 RA?
I feel like that's been a wagon.
It has been. It's been a phenomenal prop. I gave it out at 9.5 on VSiN the other day. I think he had 7.
We do a 2 a.m. stint with Dustin.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. Okay, they have 8.5 here. Is that what it is?
Yeah, 8.5.
Doing the RA, right?
Yeah, RA lower.
Yeah. Okay, so Dan Vladar, higher 22.5 saves. Jack Quinn, higher 0.5 points. Royce O'Neal, lower 8.5 rebounds and assists. 4.38 multiplier. $50 allegedly wins us $219, but we know that that's not true. So let's go from there.
Yep, sounds good for me. Anyway, a reminder, that's going to wrap it up for this week of the Propcast. We're back once again next week. No NFL, no NHL, but we'll figure out how to get some props in. Anyway, till next time, find me on Twitter, Reichel Radio. Find him on Twitter at Hey Rosenberg. Of course, check out the Propcast on YouTube. Check it out on Spotify and all that fun stuff, Apple. And a reminder, check out the Propcast on Twitter at the Propcast SGPN. Till next time, good luck to all of you and all of your bets. Bye, everyone.